From the very first moment we open our eyes to the world, we're met with a big and beautiful mystery. Just seeing, just becoming aware, starts a journey that lasts our whole lives. A journey full of questions, discoveries, and never-ending wonder. As babies, we look around in awe, our senses amazed by the colors, sounds, and feelings of being alive. Even when we grow up, that feeling of wonder never really goes away. It just changes, getting deeper as we learn and grow. We find ourselves small and delicate in a universe that's both huge and incredibly complex. Standing in a field or looking at a mountain range, we remember how small we are, but also our special place in this grand plan. The world stretches out in front of us, filled with possibilities and secrets waiting to be discovered. The sheer size of everything is amazing. From the tiniest bits that make up our bodies to the swirling galaxies millions of light years away, the universe is like a giant tapestry woven with threads we can and can't see. When we look up at the night sky, we're looking back in time, seeing the light of stars that might have died a long time ago. And when we look through a microscope, we find whole worlds hidden inside a single drop of water. This mix, the super big and the super small, fills us with awe and makes us curious. It's not surprising then that people have always tried to understand their place in this huge cosmic tapestry. For generations and across different cultures, we've gathered under the stars, sharing stories and dreams, looking for meaning in the patterns above. The night sky has inspired legends, shown travelers the way, and sparked the imaginations of lots of dreamers. Why are we here? What's it all about? These questions come to us in quiet moments when we stop to think about our lives. They're the questions that connect us all, no matter what language we speak, where we come from, or what time period we live in. These age-old questions have been around forever, pushing us to explore, to ask questions, and to look for answers deep inside ourselves. We turn to books, to teachers, to the wisdom of people who lived before us, hoping to find clues to help us understand our place in the universe. In quiet times, when we're alone, we think about the mysteries of life, searching for meaning in the silence. Searching for meaning is something all people do. It's a journey we each take in our own way, by thinking, talking, and being creative. We write our thoughts in journals, share our ideas with others, and look for inspiration in the beauty of nature. This search for understanding is what connects us, from one generation to the next. We're always curious. From a child's simple questions to the deep philosophical talks of grown-ups, our desire to connect and understand shapes our lives. We reach out to each other, sharing stories, laughter, and what we've learned. In every conversation, in every moment we share, we're building connections, linking our experiences and creating the story of human understanding. Throughout history, we've turned to philosophy, religion, science, and art to help us understand the world. Each one gives us a different way of looking at things. Artists show us the beauty and complexity of life, scientists uncover the secrets of nature, philosophers think about what's real, and spiritual people look for meaning beyond what we can see. Each area of study offers its own special viewpoint, adding to the rich mix of human thought and experience. Together, they remind us that the search for meaning isn't something we do alone, but a journey we share with everyone who has ever looked up at the stars and wondered about their place in the universe. Philosophy, with its love of knowledge and search for truth, tackles the big question of why we exist. For centuries, philosophers have wondered, why are we here? What's the purpose of life? These aren't just brain teasers, they're deeply personal, getting to the heart of what it means to be human. Over time, different ways of thinking have offered answers, but maybe none are as bold or as freeing as the ideas from existentialist thinkers. Existentialists especially focus on the freedom and responsibility that come with being a person. They want us to face the fact that, in a universe without a clear instruction manual, we're the writers of our own stories. Each day we make choices, some small, some big, and it's through these choices that we figure out who we are. They say we aren't born with a built-in purpose or a path already set for us. Unlike a book with a planned story, our lives start as empty pages, waiting for us to fill them with the meaning we create. This can be both scary and exciting, because it means nothing is set in stone. Instead, we're thrown into existence, free to make our own meaning and decide our own futures. Like artists with a blank canvas, we're given the tools, our minds, our hearts, our hands, and asked to paint our own special picture of life. Each brushstroke, each decision, adds color and detail to the story we tell about ourselves. This freedom, though, can be both thrilling and, let's be honest, a bit scary. Not having a script means we're in charge of where our lives go. This responsibility can feel heavy sometimes, like we're standing at the edge of a huge unknown place, not sure which way to go. While some people feel free without a set meaning, others feel anxious and lost. It's normal to feel lost when there are no clear signs, no universal answers to guide us. But existentialists remind us that this uncertainty is what makes our journey so special and personal. When we're unsure, we're supposed to create meaning for ourselves, to find joy and connection in the choices we make. If there's no built-in purpose, then what's the point of it all? This question can stick with us, especially when we're alone or struggling. But maybe the point isn't something given to us, but something we discover or even create through living, loving, and trying our best. Existentialists would say this is exactly where our potential as humans is. Without a fixed destiny, we're free to follow our passions, to learn, to grow, and to shape our own values. Whether we find meaning in art, relationships, work, or being kind, it's the act of choosing that makes our lives important. We're not defined by what happens to us, but by our choices, our actions, and the values we decide to live by. Every moment is a new chance to redefine ourselves, to be brave, and to build a life that shows who we really are. Even when things are hard, we can choose compassion, resilience, and hope. We have the power to create meaning in a world that might seem meaningless, to find purpose in everyday things, and to live lives full of passion and being true to ourselves. The freedom to choose meaning is both a gift and a challenge. It's a call to embrace who we are, to connect with others, and to make our short time on this earth truly our own. Religion, with its old stories and important writings, gives us another way to think about what life means. These writings, passed down through many years, are more than just words on a page. They're like echoes of the biggest questions and hopes people have always had. From the songs of the Vedas to the stories of the Bible, from the lessons of the Quran to the wise words of the Tao Te Ching, each belief system has its own special idea about life, purpose, and God. In different cultures and belief systems, religions help us understand our place in the universe and how we relate to something bigger than ourselves. Whether in big churches, small shrines, or open fields under the sky, people come together to connect with each other, with their ancestors, and with the mysteries we can't fully understand. These gatherings make us feel united, reminding us that everyone searches for meaning. Religions tell stories about creation, explain why there is suffering, and talk about life after death. They give comfort, guidance, and a sense of belonging to many people. Through stories of where we came from and where we're going, they help us think about the mysteries of being born, dying, and what might happen after. In happy times and sad times, these traditions give us rituals and symbols that help us celebrate, grieve, and find hope. They teach us to be kind, forgiving, and thankful, shaping how whole societies think about right and wrong. For many, believing in God or a higher power gives them a sense of purpose and direction. This faith can be like a guiding light when life is uncertain, helping them feel that there is order and meaning even when things are chaotic. The feeling of being watched over, loved, or guided by something bigger than themselves can inspire people to be kind, brave, and unselfish. The rituals, prayers, and rules of religious traditions give us a way to connect with what is sacred, to find comfort when things are hard, and to live a good and meaningful life. These practices, whether done alone or with others, create moments of reflection and a feeling of being connected to something bigger. They remind us that we have responsibilities to each other and to the world, encouraging us to act with integrity and compassion. Through shared celebrations and helping others, religion brings people together and gives them a shared purpose. While specific beliefs and practices are very different, most religions share a common idea. The idea that we are not alone in the universe, that our lives are important for more than just material things, and that we are part of something bigger and longer lasting than ourselves. In the quiet of prayer, the rhythm of rituals, and the connections we have with others, religion continues to offer hope, meaning, and a sense of connection that goes beyond time and place. Science, with its focus on facts and its eagerness to learn, offers a different way of looking at being human. When we look at the universe, we see ourselves as part of something huge and ancient, formed over billions of years from the stuff of exploded stars, the tiny bits that make up our bodies, the air we breathe, and the ground beneath our feet are all part of this amazing cycle of the universe, building up and breaking down. From this point of view, human life can seem both very special and very short, like a quick flash of light in the huge emptiness of space and time. The study of how living things change over time tells us we come from a long line of ancestors, shaped by nature and the need to survive and have families. Looking at it this way, being here is like a series of lucky accidents, something amazing but also kind of random. But even in this universe that can seem like it doesn't care, science also shows us how incredibly complex and connected all of life is. Psychology, with its focus on the human mind and behavior, turns its attention inward, exploring the sources of meaning and purpose inside us. Instead of looking for answers in the outside world, psychology encourages us to look at our own thoughts, feelings, and reasons for doing things. It recognizes that people can experience both great suffering and amazing resilience. It acknowledges the difficulties and victories that are part of being human. It recognizes the struggles and triumphs that are a natural part of life. Positive psychology, specifically, stresses how important it is to develop well-being, meaning, and purpose in our lives. It suggests that real happiness and fulfillment don't come from outward accomplishments or fancy things, but from building on our strengths, being thankful, connecting with others, and living according to what we believe is right. By getting to know ourselves better, by facing our fears and accepting our weaknesses, we can access our inner strengths and build lives full of meaning and purpose. If you liked this video, tell us what you think in the comments below, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Take care and see you next time.